Cool, we are live. Just giving a real quick second for people to get in. Yeah, I got a little bit of time to kill today, so this game I have been kind of excited for ever since I've seen like advertisements for it and the tweets of the guy working on it. So this game is fucking... It's currently being kickstarted. You can look it up. It's Fight Night in there. This game is like Punch-Out and Shovel Knight kind of combined. Right now it's currently just a demo of it, so just, you know, early Kickstarter build. I just backed it myself because, holy shit, this game's incredible. Because if you know me, you know that I like boxing, and you know that I particularly like Punch-Out. This game is good. So, this game is an entirely first-person, action game where you are a knight going into literally just... You have no sword, no shield, you have your fist, and that's about it. And that's the way I fucking like it. So you'll see that the camera in this game has a lot of it really feels like, you know, you're kind of in a VR bobbing and weaving fight. But in case you have trouble with motion sickness or anything like that, they do have means of kind of toning down a lot of the graphical settings if it's just too much for you. But for me, that is, I'm fine with that. So let's go ahead and reset our game here. And the art style is entirely my jam. A lot of like Castlevania-y, orange on blue, and just like the titular character just... Oh god, I'm such a fan of that like 90s comic book style Muscle Knight, just standing out completely. Nice orange on blue. So yeah, let's fucking jump right into it. So, controls in this are, punch. Really, the one thing you need to know: punch is spacebar. So you're gonna hear the sound of me mashing on my keyboard quite a bit. But when you're not in combat, you kind of move isometrically. Almost like you're in a first person, like, if you ever played any of the original Shin Megami Tensei games, or like, it kind of actually has a reminiscence of like the Eye of the Beholder game for SNES, which is really exciting for me. And spacebar is to do everything, and spacebar is punch. So you literally punch people to get them to talk to you. So everything in this game has a really nice bounce to it. When you're in combat, things are completely different. You no longer turn to the side. Left and right is sidestep. And you can just press space to bash the shit out of them. So there is also a mechanic to hit spacebar or hit shift to block. And like with most good games, you can either hold it and just block a little bit, which you see there I still take a little bit of damage. But if you can get your timing down right, you can parry it and take no damage. But parrying is not always the best, because if you just go left and right while fighting, you can completely dodge their attacks, sidestep them, and just bash the hell out of them. I assume there's going to be other enemies later on who parrying is probably a better idea. Also, when someone's close on you, when someone's close on you like that, you can punch, you take a step closer to them. Now, here's the cool thing. If you hold control, we have two special moves. Our 1-inch punch, and if anyone has watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a Starry-Eyed special, which basically turns you into Star Platinum. So you basically hold control, move the cursor over to which one you want to do, and as soon as you take it, you just mash the living shit out of your keyboard. All the special moves have different timing to get, like, your proper attack on. For that Starry-Eyed special, aka Star Platinum, you just mash the living hell out of your punch button. The 100-mile punch takes a little more timing, but you got your little, you got your health bar all the way on the bottom, and right above that is your special meter. Yeah, right now this is a free demo. If you go to Kickstarter and look up Fight Night, spelled with a K, you can download this demo right now. And yeah, you can come back to bed to literally hit the hay, well, once we finish this story-based mission. So, you punch to do literally everything. You punch to open doors, you punch to, talk to people. There's also, like, a very nice, like, I don't know how to even describe it, but a lot of the, like, this is almost like VR, PS1 era, tinge on everything. That's just fantastic. Right now, there isn't a lot of things here in town because the idea is you go into town, find NPCs, and then they'll come in and you can buy health potions and shit from them. Oh, also, if you hit Q and E, you can also do side steps, which are the default in combat, but outside if you want to as well. But anyway, let's talk to this nerd, and by talking I mean Punch. I just love that you, in order to talk to everyone, like, you have no talking abilities, you just have your punch. Who the fuck needs a sword? I like that even the knight is like a little, like, wimpy. And he, yep, goes down in one hit. So let's get his blade. Because how powerful could we be with the sword? Fuck the sword! Get out of my way. Out of my way, nerd. Let's go with the 100-inch punch. Which, as you can see, is kind of like the Hotoku no Ken of this game, which just sends them fucking flying and can kill a lot of things in one hit. Yeah, who the fuck needs a blade? So basically, we can, who's kicking? We're punching. Important thing to do is rest, get back your health. You don't get back your stamina bar, but you can do that just by punching people pretty quickly. And if you ever want to try out a new technique, you can... Well, let's talk to him. We do actually have one specialty that we haven't gotten a chance to use yet. And for this, I'm gonna put aside the Falcon Punch for the moment and get the Clock Knocker, which is, if you can get the timing on it right, you can kind of do just like a full hook that damages both the person in front of you and the person to the side of you. And if you want to try out what these ones do, you can immediately just go into a sparring match with 4 soldiers. So right now, we're gonna just kind of get one of these guys off. And I mentioned before how the parry doesn't really work all that well. How sidestepping just does even better. Because with even some enemies, even if your timing's a little off, you can still get kind of hurt with it. So I want to just wait till these guys get a little closer. And let's try the Clock Knocker, which is a little tough to do. Yes. See how that did damage to his side? It's good. I don't think it's as good as either of your other specialities. It's good if you're gonna get like in fights with multiple people, but God, like the Star Platinum one is by far the best move in probably the entire game. Because you can just continue to mash it until, like, you can easily kill 2 enemies with that alone. And you can even switch to new enemies in the middle of it, too. Even if it doesn't do a ton of damage, it does interrupt them, which is probably even better. Let's go ahead and rest again. And, like, we saw there's a lot of parts, there's a lot of things we haven't gotten yet, so, I'm gonna do one more spar, not to use any special moves, but just to get my thing back up. And in some cases, if you can get your timing right and do that move into a wall, like there, it's a little hard to, kind of explain, but like right now I'm standing, all fights kind of take place on this isometric hallway, where if I move into the wall while punching, I can do this like just really powerful hook. In a way, it kind of takes place like an RPG. You'll see when we actually get into the one dungeon. I can tell you there's no one in either of these buildings right now, so let's just get right in. So, when we get in here, you can hit shift. This is like a proper, almost like a Megami Tensei, like I mentioned that earlier, almost like a Megami Tensei game, where random encounters pop up, and your random encounters are literally just like hallway fights with one enemy. So you don't even have to worry about like, oh, do I have to have my back to the wall? Am I in, you know, proper area to not get ambushed? You get much like just a random battle in like a Final Fantasy game. It'll pop up like this, and you can just go like. Yeah, see, even with a good parry timing on that, I still took 1 hit of damage. While if you sidestep and then punch, not only do you get no damage, but you even take a more powerful punch with your side swipe. I'm gonna guess that there's probably enemies later on who you absolutely have to be dodging. But for right now, so the only problem is that all the markers. Basically, you want to punch those things to open up paths. Actually, I wonder if I continue to move. Yeah, if I continue to move left, I thought I would hit the wall. I don't. So it's kind of your take on how you want to do it. I am much more about dodging and just not being there in the first place, as opposed to parrying. Basically, if anything comes at you red like that, that's a sign to get the hell out of the way and dodge. I can imagine this game like even streaming at 60 FPS, this game is extremely hectic. I'm recording a local version of this stream anyway, so it should help out with quality if you want to, I guess, show this off to people. So now is a good time. We would want to get a good. Just in terms of games I've played, this has such a good just game feel to it. And just, I don't know, punching the shit out of anything in any game is still really, really fun. In terms of movement, you can use WASD, Q and E, or you can use the left and right, the arrow keys on your keyboard. So basically what I like to do is use WASD for just normal movement, but when I get into a fight, I'll just focus on just spacebar and focus entirely on spacebar and just moving up, down, left, and right in fights. All the enemies have a really good, like, drawn feel to it, too. And I mean, just, like, I think they've been programming this over, like, less than a year, and even for an alpha build of a game, this feels extremely tight, extremely good. Like, game feel alone is enough to make me immediately, like, drop my money to get it. I backed it just getting the game itself, and now I'm considering just upping my pledge. Not even because I really care about the item, but just because I want to support this, because goddamn, this game is a lot of fun. But I've been following the person making it. I should probably link that in their Twitter account if you want to check out more on the game. Is okay, their Twitter account is, I will just pop it in, Twitter, Sorcerobe. I unfortunately can't put the @ before that because then Twitch thinks I'm trying to link to somebody else. I'm gonna get my mouse off the screen too. So here, like, we have our first NPC. Yeah, we're certainly the most polite person of all time. Just, hi, nice to meet you. Poosh. Also, a very nice thing that I like is healing items take place over time, which I think is really good for an action-oriented game like this, and Dark Souls 2 implements that as well. And I think that's a very good feature for a for an action game. It makes you not broken. So the only problem really with wall punches is that after you do that, you can kind of leave yourself open. So like if I go in for a wall punch and someone else is already leaning, and also I got a nice save just there on the side corner. If you lean in to that and someone starts to attack you, you kind of have no way of dodging it. Let's see, this is the way I came before. Oh, and now if I go back to town, that woman will be there selling potions. It's funny because it makes them look so big on, it makes them look, you know, so I look like a fucking giant skeleton on his attack screen, and then you find out, nah, just a normal guy. Alright, I probably just missed the punchline. Also, I like how every single random encounter has like that nice title match defense screen. Also, if you want to do something like take a step back and uppercut him, you can do that. Which I just now figured out. And goddamn, that is cool. And if at any time you want to leave the dungeon and rest and save your progress, you can do that. Again, kind of like a Megami Tensei game. They kind of expect you to finish these in circuits. Like, not complete a dungeon in one sitting. So let's see, I know that probably opened up something. Might be opened something downstairs. Also, uppercuts are really fucking powerful. Just killed him in one hit. In fact, you know what? Let's see if, now that she's here, if we want to buy more health potions, we can do that. But we can go back. We found the scroll, but I don't think that is one of the scrolls that gives us a new tasty recipe. So instead, let's save. And yeah, you can even, in like the demo, you can save and come back to it. So let's hop back in. I don't know if it respawns enemies, but then again, like... Oh no, it respawns basically, it respawns encounters. Which, if you know what you're doing in terms of fighting, none of these guys are really, like, major threats. One thing I would recommend, is having, right now, it's, it would be nice if there was, like, a visual mark, and you know what, actually, there might be one, and I just didn't notice it. I was saying to myself, a marker showing which, like, signs I've punched, and which ones I haven't, but now that I think about it... Oh wait, is it just looking at it from a different angle? Nope, that was a different one. So basically something showing, hey, you've hit this one already would be nice, but at least I don't have to re-hit any of them. Now one thing I kind of wonder is, what happens if I... Okay, so I can't go up into them. I can dodge left, I can dodge right, and I can dodge back to do a counter, uppercut or wall hook, but I unfortunately cannot. I thought if I had, like, leaned forward, maybe I could do something. It doesn't seem like anything really opened up down here, so let's try going downstairs. I think the small red dots signify staircases, and the large red dots signify switches. Okay, so I don't even have to, like, technically, like, dodge a blow to get a uppercut in. I could just do that. Okay, I can see another scroll right there. I probably should just explore more of that hallway. Very good use of color. Like, again, more than anything, I love just the aesthetic tones of this game are fantastic, and even just having like having your opponent turn red just before you're in any kind of real danger is, like, taken right from Punch-Out of an enemy flashing red right before they smashed into you, which is really nice. Good on getting your timing just nice and beautiful. Also, the names are really funny. I haven't gotten bored of punching people yet. And if you get really in on a guy's face like that, easier enemy who can't really counter out of it, they can turn and punch you. You can get closer in their face, which is also really fucking good. No, I'm not the Minotaur. I'm close to one, but... Okay, so we gotta find this praying mantis's notes. I think we've got one so far. Oop, they're not too happy with us. And, ooh, I did not notice that, but the 100mm punch goes through walls and enemies. Also, just the ability to have a minimap in general and destroyable walls, fuck yes, is a really nice touch just to avoid getting lost. Alright. Because technically you're kicking him into his cohorts. Which is just a beautiful... That's such a good way of going through fights. I love it. Anytime you can kick... Anytime I find myself being able to kick an enemy into another enemy, or use environments to my advantage in a fight, is just like... God, that is such a good way of doing... Such a good way of doing it. Ivory and Ivory. It makes even just like normal generic characters like two skeletons. It makes encounters feel good. I'm not fighting just two skeletons, two normal enemies. I'm actually fighting an encounter each time away. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I've been following this ever since, like, I guess one of my friends linked, the dev continually posted, like, Twitter videos of the game in progress, and I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly my jam. And the gameplay, I really recommend that free demo, because the gameplay feels just as fucking nice. And I love this, even like in a situation where, okay, I can't dodge to the side, because if I dodge to the side, I'm gonna run into the fireball. That's a perfect time to dodge into the wall and just deliver like a counter cook instead. They managed to master the most important part, I think, of any demo of a game, which is no matter how cool a game works conceptually, if you don't make it feel fun to play, then why should anyone play it? This game feels fun to play. Ooh, new guys. Little elfish guys. Who I believe these guys throw bombs. And they left behind piles of shit. Part of me kind of hopes that this game makes it... I know it's like... Okay, so I see what that guy does now. So what that elf does is he drops a bomb, which if you leave it ignored, will hurt you, but you can punch it back at him. Which means you could probably punch it into his cohorts as well, just to deal even more devastating damage. In fact, I can even Star Platinum the fucking bomb at him. And that's such a satisfying feeling of just getting in on someone's face like that. And it's like, hey, you've pretty much bested him, so we're just gonna get the camera up real close on his face. Okay, so there's nothing else really here. Alright, so I got a lot of thin Lizzies here. Thankfully, they all seem to have one major problem in that none of them they can only really seem to fire in where I am. As long as you're constantly moving, and hey, that's good advice for anyone who ever wants to get into boxing. Always be on the move, and like, it's a good way to like get you through nearly any fight. Alright, so I got that path in a second. And just fights are fun. Like, I've been playing this game collectively about an hour now, and it's still really fun to just hammer the fucking spacebar in and demolish one of these little nerdlings. Okay. And it's got surprising depth to it for just a short demo. Polished ass gameplay. And see, that's a good feeling of any game too, is any game that makes you feel stupid for getting hit is good. Like, that was my fault for leaning into it when I could have easily just leaned into the wall or uppercutted. I don't feel like any damage I take is like the game's fault or anything like that. It's like the old saying, do one thing, if you can do one thing and do it good, you'll make it. Let's actually see what healing is like. Oh, I see. So you can, it's not even like you can just heal and nothing. You actually gotta move to heal. So you gotta make sure you have yourself topped off, because there's a chance you could start healing and get into a battle. It's actually a little bit of strategy. I like it. Oh, and I know I just sped through that way too fucking fast, but that's a really good name. And even a fight like that it still gets really hectic and really just fun to be in. It's almost got like a little feeling of like combat in Undertale, where every enemy has its own pattern, so once you start mixing multiple ones together... Oh, I found a little doll of her. Or maybe it's her son, I don't entirely know. Okay, so I still need her other pages. Where haven't I looked yet? God, I'm so glad that this map is here. Oh, there it is. Also, just all the movements of him like grabbing stuff, and it's so fluid. It's a fluidity that might be a little hard to tell in the videos if the stream quality is a little interrupted. But this is like one of the most fluid feeling games I've ever played. This has the fluidity of the original Punch-Out. And damn, like, that guy moved, like, all the way back. Not gonna stop me, though. Alright, now that I got that. Let me just do this to mark it on my map. And... oh, so they got alternate versions. Where they leave skeletons. Also, you got, like, necromancy powers, little dude. Too bad your skeleton is fucking garbage. Alright. Oh, okay. So that wasn't even like a quest to get through the main game. That was just to get another NPC out. Which, now that we've got through this, let's examine some of these NPCs. Let's show her this item that we picked. Oh no, it's literally her son. Oh, and we can... oh, that's cool. I also don't think there's money. So I think I can just get as many, like, elixirs as I want. We got a lot of good names. I'm clearly all about that reading. We gotta really hit the books here. Alright, so I think we should now have access to the second floor after flipping nearly all the switches. Which again, that's about the only thing. It would be nice on the map to see if, like, hey, there's a switch you haven't hit yet, and it's right over here. God, even getting into, like, refights and encounters, I'm not even upset about, because it's just a chance to just go hog wild in. Boss time! Skeletor. I am going to need this 100-inch punch right now. Because I could just stop the fucking Minotaur. Let's get these guys out of the way. Oh, he hits stuff. Alright. I just uppercutted a fucking Minotaur. I played Punch-Out. Whoa. Okay. Oh, damn, this is like a completely different feel from the first level, too. We get to fight mummies. God, and this music is also really fucking good. Did I knock that mummy in half? So the min-map's gonna be real handy in levels like this where you can kind of see where you would fall. Ooh, who's the new guy? Probably his attack. Holy shit, is that a fucking shark? Excuse me, that's a fucking mummy shark. Oh, and you can revive the fucking dead. Let's knock you back. Okay, cool. I can knock you into your buddy. Oh, wow, that actually killed him. Oh my god, literal fucking sand shark. Okay, so I'm basically gotta punch them to stop them from swallowing me into sand. You would think that this little nerd would have, like, blasted one of his mummy friends by now. Well, I mean, I have confirmed that the fact that one of our moves is Star Platinum confirms that this dev is a JoJo's fan. So I really wouldn't be surprised if this kind of was his intent. We are literally playing Jotaro Simulator 2017. Oh, hey, another, Also, all the NPCs and the characters in the game are really well designed. With that almost like, just the way they kind of draw them is that really nice, like, hand-drawn feel. Oh no. It's okay, buddy, I'm coming to help you. Even though I am 100% the reason why you're here in the first place. I also love that potions are free. I mean, there might be money later on, but right now, there's everything in this game is free. Even really nice depth of field stuff. In particularly this fighting map. Alright, do not walk directly in front of him. I wonder what happened to that grasshopper. Oh, I guess he's dead forever. Actually, let me try... Did I get a yeah, okay, that's a little bit of a glitch. I managed to get a fight encounter on a tile that I fell into, I guess. And that definitely made it crash. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, it's a game that is in, like, first alpha, so that is not going to be unexpected. But yeah, we found the glitch, and it took a major act of luck for a glitch to even come out, which for like one person programming this, like, is pretty damn impressive considering we went about 46 minutes hard in it to get something. But so yeah, I'm gonna call it for here. Just wanted to get my dinner should be coming any minute now. But yeah, thanks Andy for staying in chat. This game is a lot of fun. I really highly recommend checking it out. Kickstarter, Fight Night, again with a K. It's like $15 to back the game. Just like do it. If you want to go even further, you can get art books, which I'm actually going to be upgrading to that because I love the art in this game. Try the demo out yourself. It's free. I got at least I'm an hour into this and I'm still finding stuff to play. I think it goes to 4 floors, so I think we would probably finish the one that we were on and then that would be it. But that's still a lot of content, and like I cannot even like understate how fun and how well the flow of this game is. I felt like I was in like a proper boxing match with like the ducking and weaving and movement, and even in fights I did like 20 times, it still feels fun to just go in and beat somebody up by just punching their head in. So I definitely recommend checking it out, and I will see you all later.